Welcome back to my channel, and if you clicked on this link by accident, stick around, you might enjoy my content, you never know. If you don't like it, then you can always just scroll past. This channel of mine is dedicated to everything gay and obviously vintage. So in this video I'm going to be highlighting the top 10, or in my opinion, the top 10 gayest moments in TV and movie history. So let's head over towards the rainbow and follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
I've featured this movie before, but it's always been one of my favorite Stephen King adaptations, and it's perfect for obvious reasons.
Let's go!
The Raft is one of 3 stories and, in my opinion, is the strongest story of the film. You can basically say it's a compressed teen horror movie, with all the hallmarks of the genre. A remote location, character stereotypes, and a mindless antagonist that picks them off one by one. Even if the antagonist is Black Sludge.
Laverne, Rachel, swim! Come on!
Paul Satterfield and Daniel Beer play the 2 male leads of the segment. Daniel Beer might have been my personal favorite in the segment, but sadly his career consisted mostly of guest appearances in the years that followed.
I mean, what is it?
I don't know.
Creepshow 2 currently holds a 29% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and although it is extremely low, many reviewers and critics agree that The Raft is the best segment of the movie and should have rather been made into a standalone movie.
I envy you. You don't have to live up to anybody else's expectations. You are who you are.
But their acceptance of him may not survive the truth about him.
Who doesn't enjoy a movie with unintentional gay subtext? School Ties was a 1992 film starring Brendan Fraser. It is set in 1959, and the plot follows the story of a star quarterback from a working-class family who is given the opportunity to attend an elite New England preparatory school.
David, I'll work your table. You can take mine, all right? Listen, man, you need this job as much as I do.
But he is conflicted about whether or not you should tell his classmates his secret. Sounds intriguing, right? Brendan Fraser has a secret he cannot tell anybody. This is sure to be a gay movie.
Super gay.
The producers, director and writer would like you to believe that it's about religion and people being persecuted for their religion. But let's face it, the story draws more similarities to being gay and being persecuted for your sexuality. The movie is unintentionally gay because Brendan Fraser's character mirrors what coming out in 1959 would be like. Coming out gay is far more terrifying than coming out as Jewish, and I honestly believe the filmmakers knew this and intentionally used religion as a euphemism for coming out as gay. The movie is also full of 90s heartthrobs, including Chris O'Donnell, Matt Damon, Ben Affleck and Cole Hauser. And if this was a straight movie, what's up with the fight scene in the shower? You remember the fight between Fraser and Damon.
If it bothers you, just say so.
Doesn't bother me. I'm just not interested.
It's so good to be back. Clive Barker presents Hellraiser 3.
Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth, was released in 1992, which is based on the novella The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker, who served as executive producer on Hellraiser 2 and 3.
Is it yours?
No, not mine. Yours.
Kevin Bernard stars as JP Monroe, the womanizing owner of a popular nightclub called the Boiler Room, and he has the misfortune of being the poor soul to release Pinhead from his prison.
You enjoyed the girl?
Yes.
Good.
Critics say Pinhead is more ambitious and more dangerous than ever in this movie, and there is never a dull moment in Hellraiser 3. And it's easy to see why this movie was such a standout hit. Did you ever watch this movie? Did you watch it for Pinhead or for Kevin Bernard? Let me know in the comments.
Can we talk sensibly?
The sea. What good is the sea if you have no ships? Silesian pirates have ships.
There's nothing more masculine than a movie about Roman gladiators fighting to the death. Stanley Kubrick's 1960 classic won 4 Academy Awards and became the highest grossing film of 1960. Kirk Douglas portrayed Spartacus, a slave who survives brutal training as a gladiator, and then leads a violent revolt against the Romans. The real reason this movie is being inducted into this video series is the bath scene in which Roman general Crassus, portrayed by Laurence Olivier, attempts to seduce his slave, Antoninus, portrayed by Tony Curtis. This was an uncommon practice in ancient Rome, and thus Kubrick wanted to include the scene to authentically portray what sexuality was like in the 1st and 2nd century BC.
Do you lie?
Not if I can avoid it.
Do you eat oysters? Do you eat snails?
No, master.
Do you consider the eating of oysters to be moral and the eating of snails to be immoral?
Mark's just discovered that his one-night stand
I haven't had anything this pure since the Vienna Boys Choir hit town.
has been around for centuries.
So what is the movie about? A 400-year-old vampire will cease to look young unless she is able to feed on the blood of a virgin before the upcoming Halloween. Her servant finally finds one, Mark, portrayed by Jim Carrey, and she invites Mark over and seduces him. In the days that follow, his friends notice that Mark's acting different and fear that he might be turning into a vampire. There's a particular scene in which they try and see the bite mark that's in Mark's inner thigh. And what better place to get a good look at it than in the gym shower? It is an awkward scene that is filmed to perfection and reminds me of being younger and having your eye on a guy back in high school and trying to sneak a peek at him in the locker room.
Now, Jamie, look! Look!
Hey, big man! You and your boys want to play some little wager while the game is still closed?
Sleepaway Camp was released in 1983 and is considered a milestone in gay representation in cinema. And believe it or not, its gayness go way deeper than its short shorts and bare midriffs. 80s horrors didn't shy away from nudity, especially female nudity that basically ruled the genre back then. Sleepaway Camp, on the other hand, lingers more on the male characters, hypersexualizing the guys in their midriffs bearing cut-off tees and short shorts.
Come on, Bill. No problem, Gino. This guy blows dead dogs. Just lay it in there.
You gotta love the 80s, and this movie, though it didn't always receive recognition it deserves, was one of only a handful of movies from that decade that objectified male characters.
The water is really warm at night.
I don't know, Billy.
But one of the more subtle nods to homosexuality has to be the skinny dip scene in which the group of boys try to convince the girls to join in.
The hell with you then! You don't know how to have any fun anyway!
If it's more fun without the girls, why did you invite them in the first place? The Dukes of Hazzard. Who could forget those two?
Been a day and a half.
Yeah, first had prize money.
Now Cindy Lou and Maybelle are money in the bank.
The series aired between 1979 and 1985 and followed the lives of two young and very handsome male cousins, Bo and Luke Duke, who just can't seem to stay out of trouble. Bo and Luke Duke might have been cousins, but their portrayal wasn't short of being considered homoerotic. There were many stolen glances between the two co-stars and smiles that signaled an inside joke or hidden feelings, intentionally done to make the two boys a bit more intriguing to viewers. And it wasn't just female viewers who were hooked. The Duke cousins had their share of gay fans over the years and even today. And it's not hard to see why, with many episodes landing them in compromising situations.
Becky May.
Hey, Bo. Hi, Luke. You guys been skinny dipping?
Oh, not exactly. But look, we're in kind of a hurry, so could we borrow some clothes, maybe?
You want to borrow some of my clothes?
No, Becky, we want to borrow some of your Paul's clothes.
I know what you did last summer.
2021's I Know What You Did Last Summer was a TV series based on the book of the same name by Lois Duncan, but it was cancelled after the first season received mixed to negative reviews. I guess it shows that you can't improve on the far more superior 1997 horror movie starring two of the hottest hunks of the 90s, Ryan Phillippe and Freddie Prinze Jr.
Someone knows.
I know what you did last summer. Ooh.
And the mistake they made
It was an accident.
is coming back to haunt them.
Oh my gosh.
The plot followed four friends who, while driving along the North Carolina coast, accidentally run over and kill a pedestrian. Instead of, calling the police, they throw the body into the ocean and go on with their lives. And as you might have guessed from the title, someone is out for revenge 1 year later.
Who sent this? There's no postmark or return address.
It was one of the first horror movies I rented back in the day of video rental stores, and it's always remained with me, especially Ryan Phillippe, who was etched into my mind for obvious reasons.
Hello?
He's gone on record in recent interviews and stated that he was well aware that some of his earlier roles from the 90s made guys realize they were gay, and he kind of takes pride in it. Whether you're watching it on Halloween or the days leading up to it. The boys of I Know What You Did Last Summer will have you on the edge of your seat for all the right reasons. Which one do you think is better, the 1997 movie or the 2021 TV adaptation?
You weren't at the party last night, where were you? Well, it's totally on the DL. I mean, not fit to print. I'm dating John Tucker.
John Tucker Must Die is a 2016 comedy and tells the story of 3 teenage girls who plan to break the heart and social standing of the school basketball star John Tucker, after they learn that he's been secretly dating all 3 of them at the same time and telling each one that they're the one. The movie grossed a total of $14 million on opening weekend despite the lukewarm reviews, and it's quite easy to see why audiences flock to the cinemas to watch it.
Now pout for me, John, pout! More pouting, yeah. Oh yeah, I love you. Now make me hate you. Hate me, yeah, oh yeah.
John Tucker is shirtless in several scenes that scream gay, but none as much as the part where he wears a red thong. And instead of being ashamed of what happened, he owns it, embracing the look, and he even gets the other teammates to wear those skimpy underwear as well, claiming that it will help improve their game. Have you watched this movie? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comments.
It's like letting your best friend sleep in a silk hammock. They're breezy. They don't bind.
The Covenant was a 2006 dark fantasy film directed by Rennie Harlin, which plays out like a teen soap opera, full of pretty faces with wooden acting, laughable dialogue and little suspense. But it did, however, make up for this with several memorable scenes. The Covenant starred up-and-coming heartthrobs Stephen Strait, Sebastian Stan, Chase Crawford and Taylor Kitsch. Its power lies in subverting the traditional male gaze associated with horror movies and, as a result, objectifying male bodies for the audience viewing pleasure, hoping to cash in on female audiences as well as the gay ones.
You got a piece of glass in your face.
The 4 leads aren't portrayed as gay at all, but it's interesting how only a handful of scenes can make imaginations run wild in the movie theater, or in your living room if you're watching it on streaming. Nonetheless, the movie is perfect for a night in. That's if you don't mind handsome men who can't really act.
What are you looking at, f***?
Thing between your legs. It's like a penis, only smaller.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, why not try something else? Maybe check out some of the gay singers that I featured on this channel. A link will be popping up on your screen right now. If you haven't yet, subscribe and like this video. It will really help with the algorithm. And I also have 2 smaller channels that you can check out. The links will be on your screen. Anyway, I don't know what to say now. I'm just rambling. But thank you very much and I'll see you in the next video.